Adam, you must have thought that was in when it left your foot there and back off the post.
Yeah, I was gutted, to be honest. Me and Big Rico were talking about that. I think if one of them goes in, it stands in much better stead going into tomorrow. But we've got the advantage. We've taken it down the road, so it's in our hands now.
Having had the experience of playing Cove now, seeing them in the flesh, the kind of whites of the eyes, do you feel we're better prepared than we were going into Wednesday night for what we're up against?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we didn't play the way we feel we can, but I think you've got to credit Cove. I thought they were good. I thought the movement was very good first half. It took us a while to get to grips with it, and they've got experienced players that can hit you. So we need to be very mindful of that tomorrow. We're on our home turf. We'll be looking to take the game to them, and as I say, it's in our hands. So I'm looking forward to the game.
It's 3 wins out of 3 in the playoff games so far, and as much as that was by no means our best performance, we found a way to make sure we won that game. So it's all within our hands really on Saturday.
Yeah, I would take another rubbish performance tomorrow if we win. That's the nature of the playoffs. The upward trend from January has been that we've been playing well. It doesn't matter now. Tomorrow's so massive, and as you say, it's not about performance. It's about getting that result tomorrow. But they do go hand in hand. We feel if we play the way we can, then the result will take care of itself.
Yeah, it's the way we kind of pair our performances with our results. If we looked at it and went, oh well, a clean sheet and that's it, it's just not the kind of way that we play, and you're almost asking for trouble. You guys will go out there and try and get that game won.
Definitely. I think the manager would tell you that as well. He wants to see an attractive style of football, and we have the players for that. I think if we resort to the way we kind of did first half, especially the other night, we're not going to win the majority of games because we don't have the squad suited to it. We're suited to getting the ball on the ground and playing. I think the pitch had a factor the other night in that, and the conditions of first half, especially with the sun and that, it was really difficult. But I think you saw in the last half an hour of the game, we got to grips with it, and I thought we looked more dangerous. And then that's obviously paired with Rico and I sort of missing those chances. We were definitely on top, so we'll look to just continue that and come right out the blocks tomorrow.
You've obviously been part of the team that helped us get promoted. You've led as captain to the highest placed finish in what must be 3 decades, or near enough 3 decades. You've lifted a trophy with the club as captain. So as much as the context is different, how would it rank with your achievements and your success at the club so far?
It was almost mission impossible in January, wasn't it? When I think the boys were actually all out together when Dunfermline beat Partick 5-1, and that put us, was it 17 points behind or something? So I think if you'd have offered us playoffs then, you'd have bit your hand off for it. I know outside circumstances got us here, but we'll take it. We've been gifted a second chance, and yeah, I would love to keep us up. I said before, I do not want to be the captain that takes us down, and I've been a part of that this season. I know we've been threadbare a lot of the time, but I definitely don't want to be the captain who does that, and I'm part of it now. It's in my hands tomorrow, and as I say, I'm just looking forward to the game now.
I think we know within the squad the quality that we do have, what we are capable of when we're on it. So it's a chance, the last chance of the season, quite literally, to go out and show just how good we can be, and that we more than deserve to be in that championship next season.
Yeah, that's what I've kind of been trying to reiterate to the boys, is sort of so cliched, play the game, not the occasion. I think we started doing that the other night. I think when we came out, you could see a nervousness throughout us, and I think that showed the first half performance. I think that's natural. It's because how much the boys care. It's a really good group of young players who a lot of them won't have been in this position, but it's all good experience for them. And as I say, the boys are really mucking in, and we've been great recently. It's just one more push tomorrow.
Brilliant, Fizz. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Mate.
Rhys, 1 game to go in a long season. How prepared are the squad for what's obviously a huge game to end the season?
Listen, preparations have been good, as prepared as we can be, so boys are really looking forward to it now.
Obviously, one of the things when you get a game so soon after playing on Wednesday night is just recovery. How's that been for the guys?
Listen, obviously after the game it's a long journey home. We're in obviously the following day, just make sure that the boys recover well and do the necessary steps. So as I said, boys are kind of well rested as best they can be, and ready to go Saturday.
There's obviously lots of positivity around the 3 wins in a row and the fact that we're going into this final game with it in our own hands. You know, we're in control of our own destiny here. It's important though that we remember that we've had to work hard to get here, because there was points of the season where keeping that positivity going was necessary but difficult.
Aye, no, like you said, it's we've got to remember that it's a new game first and foremost. It's no one that you can afford to take your foot off the ball or anything like that. We're going into this hard to win the game. That's the way that we approach it. And like you said, it's good having that wee cushion lead and getting a good result away from home. But it's a brand new game, as I say, and we've got to make sure the full focus is obviously getting the win on Saturday.
I suppose there's only, you know, you can watch Cove as many times as you like digitally, you watch their videos and get scout reports, but to have actually played against them and had a match on Wednesday night, does that just give you an extra bit of insight into what you're up against?
Aye, no, like you said, first and foremost, I think seeing them in the flesh and obviously the game itself, it was a difficult game, one that we were kind of prepared for. We knew it was going to be like that. I think obviously they played really well at times. We could obviously play a lot better, but like I said, I think we've still done the kind of basics really well. We defended when we had to, and a couple of wee opportunities that we should probably do better. I think like Frizzell's one at the end there's unlucky, so there's nothing you can do about that. Big Rico has a header. There's a couple of wee kind of half chances, Ben Wilson, Chris Mockery and stuff that on another day we'd be looking to put them away.
It felt like we finished the game the stronger side, and perhaps that's helped by being able to go to the bench and having that extra wee bit of depth on, at least compared to Cove anyway. Does that stand us in good stead, or I suppose we've got to expect that was then, they'll be starting the game fresh? Aye,
no, listen, we've got to expect the best version of Cove coming here to give us another tough game. As you said, we've relied for the whole time I've been here. I've stressed that point. It's a bit of a squad game. I think boys coming on, injecting that wee bit of freshness as well was massive, as well as quality. I think you look at the statistics, how often our substitutes come on and impacted the game in a positive way has been really pleasing. So listen, we know it's going to be a tough game, and as I say, everybody's going to be used.
What's the kind of fitness situation like? Aidan making a welcome return to the matchday squad, being on the bench there on Wednesday night. Obviously a game like that, it's the first leg of a final, so it was intense, there was challenges, there was a few bumps and bruises. Dylan took one right at the end. How's everybody feeling?
I know, as you can imagine, a few bumps and bruises and stuff, as Cove will have the same. Big Aidan obviously being available was a real bonus. I think looking at it from the quick turnaround, kind of Wednesday, the travel, the journey home, to then obviously play again would be a kind of massive ask in terms of where he's been. You're asking him to come through because there's only kind of 1 or 2 games left at the time. So listen, we've prepared and we've done all we can. There's not going to be any excuses or anything from us in terms of our preparation didn't go well, or if we'd only done that. You know, the boys are excited, they're raring to go, and just look forward to Saturday now.
I suppose as well, it's, although the closed season isn't as long as maybe it used to be, but it's the last game before they get a break, so I guess everybody's just got to put everything they've got left onto there. No point leaving anything in the tank.
Nah, as you say, that's it. It's all season. You've got to remember all the low points, all the high points. Ultimately, it's come down to Saturday. It's a game where you've got to be able to go home, look yourself in the mirror and say, did I give my absolute best? And to be fair, I think the boys have done that for pretty much the full season. It's never been in question. So another kind of big ask on Saturday, make sure that you leave that pitch with everything left on it.
Home advantage going to be a factor, do you think, the pitch being a bit bigger, although I suppose we've also got to take into account that it could be a bit warmer than it was with the breeze up on Wednesday night?
No, advantage, maybe the wrong word, but I think obviously being at home when you've got your own support, bigger support, our pitch obviously we know is probably in better condition and plays a lot better to how we all kind of want to play, so kind of varies because it's things that we like and obviously stand us in good stead. But as I say, it's a new game. I'm not approaching it as in we're 1 up or anything like that. We're going into the game as if it's 0-0 and we've got to go and win the game.
It's different, I suppose, in context from promotion via the playoffs and reaching the Premiership playoffs and lifting a cup, but it would be, given where we were at times, it would be a significant achievement if we can pull this off.
Aye, no, absolutely. Like you said, it's sometimes circumstance and the hand that you've been dealt, you've got to deal with. Through circumstances, obviously Hamilton, referring to Hamilton and stuff, is out of our control. You know, we've had no influence in that, so we've got to make do with the kind of situation that we have. We've got a chance to stay in the league and then, like you said, have a good break over the summer and kind of refresh and get ready to go again, learn from our experiences this year. grow as a team. Big thing everyone probably forgets about is we had a turnover of 15 players, which for any squad, especially competing at this level, is difficult. You know, it takes a wee bit of time, and then obviously injuries and a lot of things play a factor. So to get that rest and kind of recharge, and then look forward to come back to pre-season, hopefully ending it on a positive note, means then the boys come back with that wee bit of confidence and are ready to go and kick on.
And I guess it makes it nice and simple as well for you in terms of your team talk, how you talk to the players before the game. It's win this match and that's it.
Listen, we'll do our prep and we do all our kind of tactical stuff and everything that's done prior, but the team talks, they take care of themselves. If you kind of get yourself up for a game on a Saturday this magnitude, and like you say, maybe having the slight home advantage and these kind of factors, then you're in the wrong sport. We're in a pressured kind of environment and profession that you've got to kind of cherish, and a lot of teams are finished and have had nothing to play for, and to be involved in these kind of games, and like I said, the magnitude of what's at stake for not only the players but supporters, people obviously associated with the club, and that is massive. So you've just got to go on and like I said, make sure you look yourself in the mirror come Sunday morning, and make sure you've given it 110%.
Rhys, thank you very much. We'll see you Saturday. Thank
Cheers.
you.